What's up, guys? It is Will here, back again for another episode of Lights, Camera, Collect. And we have an Avengers level panel, as always. One familiar face and one semi-familiar face, because Jose Plus is back. It's been a little while since he's been here. We're definitely going to introduce him effectively, as we always do. And of course, we have Dean the Dream, the major sex appeal that the community recognizes wholeheartedly. Dean, you're everyone's favorite person in the community. Everyone I've talked to, you are. You saw Natalie like gushing over you. Natalie's like every stream. Natalie's like, Dean's gonna be there. Dean's gonna be. I'm like, Dean's here every week. He's here. What am I, chopped liver, dude? Like, Dean is like Dean. Even the ladies, dude. Any lady that I'm talking to is like, is Dean Dream gonna be there? I was like, he's there actually. So wow. I'm always second fiddle, even with my own dates to Dean.
Well, I don't know why they're not messaging me.
You know what I mean? Well, not every woman likes long distance, Dean. So that's
totally true.
It's true. It's true. Well, I will say, guys, it is Friday, March the 28th, 5:17 p.m. We got a lot to discuss, and we're not going to waste too much time, but of course we got to do our normal conversation where we waste 10 minutes of time, maybe less, Jose, maybe less. We'll see how deep we get into this conversation, but of course we got to talk about the Artisan Anakin fallout. Artisan Anakin now sucks. The Artisan line, oh, it's Kevin. Artisan line is cooked, apparently. J&D is back, which I'm single-handedly keeping them in the news, apparently, so that's going to be fun. And then we got some InArt stuff from 1/12 scale, and of course some other stuff from Hatu as well, like what is it called? The not battling version. It's like the dueling version Darth Vader, which is certainly a thing. It exists. It's a figure that's out there, and it's gonna be fun to talk about. Guys, Dean, I'll address you first. How you doing, man? How's the love life and everything else going on? Because I know you got some ladies lined up out there.
Yeah, no, everything's going good. I was dealing with some I hurt my feet like 2 weeks ago.
What, you were on Feet Finder?
No.
you were modeling your feet and you got injured.
No, I think
yeah, Jose, he does that.
I injured one foot and then I was walking funny and it ended up injuring my other foot.
How'd you injure?
So I've just been dealing with that. I'm not really too sure what happened, but
isn't that the worst part of old age? Like, we're getting older, dude. And like,
yeah, I literally think my chair is like, I need a new chair. I think that's what it was.
Oh, that's what it is? Okay.
Yeah, because the second I moved, because, you know, I play video games in it all night, and then I start watching YouTube. I fall asleep. Next thing you know, I wake up in my chair, 8 hours later, and I woke up and my leg was really swollen and my foot was hurting. And it hurt so bad that I was like, I'm just going to stay in my chair and not move. And it wasn't getting any better. And I was like, okay, I need to make it to my bed. So,
yeah. Dean, I'm glad that you brought this up because I'm concerned for your feet, and I have to ask you a very important question. Yeah. Have you ever heard of shower shoes?
Shower shoes?
Yeah, Jose, you know those. Well, yeah, Jose teaches gym, so he knows this. But but Dean,
because we talked about this last week.
No, I don't think
about the gym.
Did we?
You were talking about if you should shower in the gym.
Right. So Jose, I officially bought shower shoes, which I thought they were just flip-flops. Like, I thought you just bought flip-flops and wore them in the shower. They're different. So it opened Dean a whole new world. That could help your feet. Just wear shower shoes, dude. Like, you don't have to be in the shower, but like, they're pretty nice. They're basically just flip-flops with like more holes in them. Like,
yeah.
More holes than flip-flops? Like so a G-string for your feet?
Pretty much, because like the water goes
or like Crocs.
Kind of similar. Yeah.
Okay. I can bring some up and show the chat, but but so Dean, it's like more like Jose is saying, like it's more holes for the water to go through, so it doesn't get as much moisture and get your little feeties all infected.
There you go. Well, so I ended up making it to my bed and the swelling went away almost immediately. And but like I said, I just like exacerbated my other foot. And
that sounds terrible, dude. So you were like compensating for the one foot,
right? And I'm a big dude. I'm heavy, so it doesn't help. So I've just been dealing with that, but it get better.
You don't ever
try
every day, like ice bowls or hot water. You don't ever try.
I got one of those boots you put in the freezer. And then you strap it on for 30 40 minutes. So
it's pretty good. Yeah, Jose, I know you know all the tricks because you are so but you know about these shower shoes then.
Absolutely. Well, growing up, my mom and my family were always like, hey, like if you're going to travel somewhere and you're going to shower somewhere, Like, hey, you don't ever know. Like, people are walking around with fungus and stuff on their feet. You know what I mean? So,
Dude.
got to buy some shower shoes so that way you don't get in some sort of infection or anything like that. So, yep, I'm very aware of them, and yeah, they would buy some for me. So, as a kid growing up, and so I'm aware, and I've seen them at the gym. People wearing them at the gym all the time. So,
That's crazy though, dude. You know what? It's Jose. You know what's hilarious, by the way? I was trying to find a gym towel to get like to pack in my bag that was lighter weight. I almost bought a women's one on accident. So I'm not sure how I did that. But so Dean, this is like I was looking at this towel and I was like, there was something weird about this. I was like, why am I attracted to this pink colored towel? I was like this towel is kind of like it was drawing my eye, and it had a bow on it, and you like wrap it around. And I was like, this is a woman's towel actually, so I can't buy this. So like, imagine going in a men's locker room with that, like just like,
Hey, but let's be honest. We all know why you're attracted to the pink.
yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Especially the one with the bow on it.
Making
But
me hungry, dude.
I didn't even see. Oh, I see what you mean.
Oh.
I got you now.
Oh.
Shoeing for your feet. Now this. Okay, I got you. But yeah, so definitely Jose. That's yeah. Apparently there's like microfiber towels. Have you seen those? Like they're smaller. Like
yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Do they still
yes.
dry you though? Because that's the primary motive of a towel. I feel like.
I've heard of them. I've never used them. I don't know how
Okay.
effective they are, but I know microfiber. Like the way I think about it, it's like the towels that you used to like wash your car type of thing, right?
Or like your
Yeah.
Machi case or something.
They almost
Oh,
dry
yeah.
too good.
Yeah, they do actually.
Yeah. I have a big microfiber towel, and like I'll wipe it across my arm, it's fresh out of the shower. And by the time I get to my elbow, it's like, because you're so dry already. You're like, God damn.
Yeah, that's not what
That's
she
good.
said, but yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Wow.
Let's go. Yeah, it is Friday and we're here. So Jose, how you doing, man? How you been?
Yes.
Like it's been a while.
It's been a while, man, because it's because I've been working with the kids, and Fridays they've been needing me, so it's been harder to jump on. But I'm glad today I had the day off, and I was like, "Yeah, man." You just told me, "Hey, you want to jump in?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, tag me in, coach!" Like I'm in here, you know what I mean? So I was
man.
excited to get the invite and join you guys. It's been a while, so yeah, it's been busy. The kids are troublemakers, and they give me a hard time. Yesterday, actually, speaking of getting old, we
Mhm.
had a staff versus students basketball game,
Dude,
which
I
was
used
a
to
lot
love
of fun.
those. I love
Yeah,
those.
it was a lot of fun. I mean, we destroyed them.
Dude, as you should. No mercy. Life is cruel.
No.
So you should be.
No, that's what they said. I was like, should we go easy on them? And I was like, no, life's not easy. So why are we
You're
gonna
just,
go
like
easy
dunking
on them?
on them, throwing alley oops.
No, we were throwing alley oops. I'm a shorter guy, so I was like, I was playing guard, and I was
Okay.
passing it to a taller guy that we have, our history teacher. So I was passing it to him. Guy's really tall. It's about your height. So
wow.
lobs, and then there we go.
It's like Shaq versus children, basically. Yeah, that's
Basically, that's how it felt like for a while. But you know what? Those kids, they really wanted it. They were like trying their best. They were putting like effort into getting loose balls and like trying to get like physical on defense. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, I'm like, you're 12, relax. You know what I mean? Like,
They're gonna foul out, dude, by halftime.
oh yeah.
So that's pretty wild, man. But happy to have you, man. Good to have you back. I think it's going to be a fun show. And guys, yeah, I mean, hey, check out shower shoes. Like if you go to the gym, like, I mean, hey, I haven't actually used them yet, Jose, but I'm pretty excited to. I'm going to put them to the test.
Yes.
I
Definitely let me know how that goes. I want to know about that experience.
I think it's going to be a good experience. Yeah. I saw someone comment. They were like, is there a lot of 1-6 talk in the locker room? No, but maybe we should bring that. I should bring that actually to the locker room.
Yeah, sure.
So that should be pretty cool. We got a super chat already from Eric Carter. Thanks so much, bro. Jose, I'm going to need to know where you got that 20th Century Fox backdrop for Deadpool. Great to see all you guys here. It's another great stream. Thanks so much, Eric. But yeah, where'd you get that, Jose?
Oh my God, I'm totally spacing out on his name. Something about Dad Studio. Oh my God, I'm totally spacing out. I'm gonna Google it and then I'll say it later. But
Okay.
it's a custom 3D artist who made this. A couple guys in the community. He posted about it, and so I reached out to him, and he made it custom for me, and looks great
Nice.
with the Deadpool. So yeah,
Dude.
I'll
they
find
can
out
also
the name.
message you on IG, Jose, too, if we forget.
Yes,
Like,
yeah, please.
And Jose will hook you
Yes.
up for sure. But Jose Plus
Absolutely.
on Instagram, Jose's the man with the plane. He's got you. And Aaron Jones, thanks so much, bro. That's what makes you beautiful. Well, dude, let's go. You get a round of applause. Jose, do you like One Direction?
You know what? I didn't really grow up listening to the music. However, I have been to a Harry Styles concert with a friend, and actually, it was actually a really good show. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna front. Yeah, I'm not really music I listen to, but I went to the concert because a friend was like, "Hey, my friend Bale, do you want to go to Harry Styles?" And I was like, "Okay." It was right here at the Forum in Los Angeles, and
Nice.
he put on a great show, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's like he's a showman. So
And Dean and I were talking about it last week. So
yeah, I've seen like TikToks of people that go to hairstyle shows, and they always look like a lot of fun.
yeah,
yeah.
I only know like a handful of his solo stuff, like the was it Sex on the Ocean or whatever it is, or
is that a song? Is that a song that he made?
Or Cake by the Ocean or whatever the fuck
One of
it's
those
called?
two.
I don't know. Well,
Maybe-
cake is sex in the terms of the song.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
We'll eat cake by
That's
the
how they get-
ocean. That's
Oh,
like,
Jose's gone.
and then
he was totally uninterested in what you had to say.
and then what other one does he have? Like strawberry or raspberry or I don't know the name of the fucking song, but I like that song. But
yeah,
I think I was just like too old for like that era of boy bands.
Yeah,
But then they get older and start releasing their own shit, and it's fine.
you're never too old for One Direction, Dean. I will say that. We got a super chat from Anarchy Bronze. Thanks so much, bro. He said, they say if you don't like, don't buy, but now people don't like because they can't buy. It's not the proto, but it's amazing. People are salty just because they're priced out or missed out on Anakin.
Dude.
This is an interesting theory. I've seen this floated around quite a bit, Dean, in the comments on my video and on Facebook and Reddit and stuff like that. So Reddit fucking hates this Anakin. Like it's like the worst piece of dog shit that has ever existed. But to be fair, I'm not talking about the Hot Toys subreddit specifically. Reddit in general hates everything. Like they kind of hate existence. So
it's not a fair comparison. But earlier Ryan Pun in your chat said, imagine crying about a figure you can't afford. And I was like, damn.
Because I don't know if I agree. I don't know if I agree with the theory or not. It's possible. I'm sure there are some people, but I think it's just, I think it's just, people don't seem to like the figure.
Yeah, I think there's some of it is definitely cope, right? Like just dog shit. It's like, well, you were never gonna get it, so
it's not dog shit. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't think it's dog shit either. It's just like
it's just not quite the proto, but yeah,
right.
But I mean, yeah. But anyway, so I know that's what people want to see, Dean. So we don't want to waste any time. We got to talk about this. I saw Draw the Lines comments. He said, should the topic be, are you okay, Annie? And honestly, I wish I was that clever to think of that, but I did not. But Hot Toys have released an Artisan Anakin Skywalker, and the community, Dean, is in a frantic state of mind. It's panic. It's full-blown hysteria, at least half of it. There are a decent amount of people that are full-on panicking about this Anakin Skywalker. And you know what's crazy? Even before the images came out this morning, a lot of people were getting waitlist notices last night, which is pretty crazy. Just because, again, waitlist converting for this Anakin figure, people have been on that waitlist, Dean, for, since the figure went up for PO, like what, a year and a half ago. So it's been quite a while now that this figure has actually been, up on PO, and now waitlists are actually converting, which is fantastic. So we'll show some blogger pics, which got people all worked up. And these are some pics that actually Dean surfaced a while back as well. That, or not a while back, but a while back this morning, rather, as the news was developing. It seems like forever ago. But this head sculpt looks pretty good to me, Dean. I don't know. Look, is it the prototype? No, which we will talk about. We're going to go into that. And Jose's back. There he is.
I pushed the wrong button. It turned off my computer.
Dude, nice. Nice.
Sorry.
But Dean, so the community is in a frantic state. We're very much, all of us are panicked at this point, it seems like, but I don't feel like we should be. This looks pretty good to me, albeit not the prototype, which we'll show. But what do you think about this, Dean? Is the panic justified here? Or are people overreacting once again? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know about panicking, if people should be panicking, but I think it definitely looks better than it did at Sideshow Con. I remember when that popped up, everybody was like, what are they doing? What is happening? The protos always look better. I mean, they have time to sit there and futz it and take the best photos possible. It's never going to be the proto, right? But I always say if they could get within, if the proto is obviously 100%, if they could get within like 85% to 90, you're good. And I think this does that. I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever seen. I don't know if it's just like the lighting. I feel like his facial expression is different though, and like the sculpt. Like he almost has more of like a open pouty mouth as opposed to just closed.
Right. I think Dean, I think people forget too with artisan figures that they're still mass produced. I think that's, you know what I mean? Like, but anyway, go ahead.
And the, like the furrowed brows, the details are a little softer. right? They're not as pronounced. I feel like if you futz the eyes, you'll be good. Like, because he's just like looking straight on in that photo, but the other ones, he's got a very dynamic look to him. I think that would help out a lot too. But in terms of the hair, I think it could use a little bit more volume in the back. Not much, just a little. But I think this is, I think this is pretty good.
That still looks pretty damn good.
I think so. I don't hate it. For me, I already have the episode 3 Anakin with the sculpted hair. I have said it 1,000 times. I don't like rooted hair or whatever you call this, implanted hair. Or I don't know. So I was never going to pick this up. They didn't offer anything on top of the hair. Like his tabards are still not real leather.
Yep.
His boots are still not real leather. If there was like a whole other reason to get this figure, I would have. But there just wasn't enough to incentivize me to try and get this. That being said, I still don't hate it. It's just like, oh yeah, it's I think what they sold you is what you got. I don't know why people are freaking out about it.
Yeah, I don't know, Dean, if it's like, again, I think it's just a matter, again, that clearly there is a decline from prototype to final, that it's happened here. And sometimes that decline is much less noticeable than it is in this situation. In this case, I think it's about 10%. I think that's in that range.
Yeah, I mean, the whole figure is solely on the head. Like I said, they didn't offer anything else on top of the original release.
Right. Yeah,
you still get the Dooku saber. You still get the same tabard.
You have a USB lightsaber. That's it. And the Dooku one isn't even USB light up. So the Anakin Graflex is, but the other ones are not. But it's just, I mean, I don't know, Dean. And again, like I think I actually got some videos that were sent to me by, I think it was Adam. Yeah, Adam sent it to me, and he showed me just some of the things that happened here, like in terms of like if you play back a still from the film and then mix in the head sculpt, it's like, I mean, it's pretty good. Like, I don't know. I mean, again, I think people are a little bit overreacting. That's just my opinion on this one, Dean and Jose. I genuinely think that this figure is going to look really good once you get it in hand. And what's super cool, Dean, I don't know if you saw this, but you can swap in the Darth Maul eyes and make him dark side. Isn't that cool, Jose? That's cool as shit.
I saw that.
And you get 2 head sculpts for the Darth Maul. So whichever one you're not using, pop the eyes out of that sucker, pop him in Anakin, and you got a dark side Anakin. Like, that's all you got. It's the same figure. So, I mean, that's incredible. But Jose, what are your thoughts on this, man? Because I think some of these shots are incredible. I mean, the blogger photos have never been a huge seller for these figures. I mean, Jose, you've been around for a while. How many times have we gotten blogger photos, including us? I do it sometimes. And we've all freaked the fuck out because we see the blogger photos and they're just not as good as the prototype, because these photographers are probably not as good as the prototype photographers, and the lighting's different. So go ahead, man. What do you think?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I mean, I think this is like commonplace now. Everyone reacts to blogger photos in a negative way. And again, it could be a combination of several things. Like you said, lighting, the photographer is not as good as the person they got for the prototype. And then again, the prototype is always going to be better no matter what. So what they're photographing is better product at the end of the day, because it's never going to achieve exactly 100% the prototype. And we're used to it. If you're a veteran collector, like, a lot of us are, we are aware that there's going to be a decline on these figures always. Now, is it an acceptable decline? That's what you have to figure out for yourself, right? So is it 5, 10, 15%? Like, is it within that range? And are you comfortable enough to be okay with that decline? Because that's going to happen. When you pre-order, you are taking the risk and knowingly full well that it's going to be a decline. Your hope that it's not a huge decline, and maybe in the 5%, aisle, you know what I mean? Like, not huge, but there's always going to be a decline. So, in my opinion, in terms of this one, I mean, I knew that there was going to be a decline. I always knew that. I mean, it's been 2 years since they showed it. I know they were having difficulty with the hair. This is something they're trying to, mass produce and still keep it intact. So that's something that I feel like they're having difficulty with, which is why the delay was so long, I think, personally. Again, I'm not with them. I don't know what's going on. But again, just by observation and based on what we're seeing here, I definitely think that that's what happened. Now, again, I think there was a decline. Sure. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever seen. I think you can look at it and 100% know that's Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker. So absolutely. I mean, I think it looks good. The hair maybe looks a little like it needs a little bit more volume, like Dean was saying. It looks a little mopey, like, but I mean, that's maybe the way that they plastered the hair so that it would stick, right? So it wouldn't get all fuzzy like that Sideshow Con photo. So we don't want it to look all fuzzy like that. So maybe they must have put a little too much product, like guys that use hair gel, you know what I mean? Like maybe put a little too much and then your hair looks a little like, greasy. That's what happened here, I think, personally. So maybe that's what we're seeing here. I wish it would have been the color of the hair might have stayed a little lighter brown, like it looks like in the prototype.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, I mean, I don't have this on order. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get it. But if I was getting it, I think I'd still be okay with what we got.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good, man. And there was I can showcase it one like short review that's out there of someone showcasing the product actually. And I mean, to me, it still looks pretty good, man. So in my eyes, I still think I'm very happy about getting this one in hand. And I'm just, super excited to put it in my display. And again, look, I am more than open to everyone's opinion on this thing. Like if this is going to be one that you're just not going to be thrilled with, then by all means. But to me, that's what I mean, Dean. Like the volume in the hair here looks pretty good to me. Like I think in the back. So it just depends. Like everyone, how they futz the figure in the blogger photos and this and that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
Yeah, but I think it looks
pretty 100% matters.
Especially with rooted hair, man. Especially with rooted hair. And I can tell you as someone who's done a lot of reviews and is not always that great at it, like it's very challenging. So I can tell you it's very much a challenge to get.
That's why I just like sculpted things, man. Like
much easier.
I don't want to sit there and fucking make my figure look good. I just want it to look good.
Right. I get that. But I mean, like, so this shot, for example, is probably the distance you're going to be looking at your figure, right? If not further away than this. The head sculpt, I mean, look, the head sculpt to me up close looks great. But even from far away, like this looks like Hayden Christensen. Like if you don't see Hayden here, then I just don't agree with that. Like again, no one's saying it's not a downgrade, but I still think it looks fantastic. The one thing I will say, like to add to this conversation to both of you guys who can jump in on this one, like, look, people call me an InArt shill all the time. I love InArt figures. I think they make great figures. But again, I also love Hot Toys. I think they make excellent figures too. The like sort of like blind brand loyalty that I see on both sides is always very concerning to me because people are just like, oh, well, InArt makes so much fucking better figures and Hot Toys is ass and they do everything wrong. And then other people are like, well, InArt sucks. And they're like, it's like PlayStation versus Xbox all over again.
Oh, yeah.
And it's good to make comparisons and compare the two and like pick the best product and talk about the strengths and weaknesses of each one. But there's like this like blind like brand loyalty that I see from both sides.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where I'm just, Jose, it's like, why is this happening? Like people hate this Anakin who love InArt, but you don't have to. Like if you hate the Anakin on its own merits, that's something different. But if you're just like love InArt so much, you just want to hate this Anakin, it's like, I'm not saying that's what people are doing, but it is what some people are doing.
Yeah, I've never understood that kind of brand loyalty. Like, I don't care who made the figure. If it's a good figure, I'm buying it. Like, it could be Blitzway, Hot Toys, InArt, whatever, right? Like, it looks good, and it's a character that resonates with me. I'm going to buy it. I don't care which company did it. Like, obviously, I'm not going to buy a Star Ace because based on reputation, I know that that's not a good figure, right? But again, by your own intellect, you know what are good brands, and then you know, hey, like this is a good figure or not, right? You can intellectually make that decision. So again, I don't really see that. I don't really understand it in terms of brand loyalty. Like, who cares? Like, why do you have to be so loyal? Are they sending you a check? Like, what's going on? Like, why are you so loyal to somebody? Like, they're not loyal to you. Like, they don't care about you. Like, they just want your money. So it's like, why are you so loyal to one specific company? Why can't you just love like whatever figure it is, love the figure and not necessarily the manufacturer? You know what I mean?
And I agree, dude. And I'm not trying to say is that I'm not trying to paint with a broad brush and say that everyone's doing that. But there are a significant amount of people I saw on Facebook doing that, saying like essentially that like InArt makes better, and I think InArt does probably make better rooted hair. I think that's probably true. Like, I think so far that's been the case, but I do think, like, to outright dismiss what Hatu is doing, the InArt, I mean, the Hatu's Joker, besides some balding issues, which are not that widespread. I mean, it's like, how many percent of them are actually having that issue? Like, that's still a great figure. And of course, you had the Jack Sparrow, which turned out great as well. But
Yeah.
Dean, are you seeing any of that, like, sort of this like brand loyalty thing with this Anakin?
I saw the initial pictures when they came out, and I was like, I'm not doing this today. So I didn't participate in any of the chats. I didn't jump in any discourse because I pretty much saw the writing on the wall that if my initial reaction was, I was like, it's going to be catastrophic,
Yeah, but
I
some
said,
of the comments, Dean, like, it's like, where is your integrity and this and that? It's like,
that's
wow.
Right. It's kind of like, and I'm trying to get, like, and I even got several messages, like, from different collectors and stuff who I always appreciate, and I'll never, put anyone's name out there, but like saying this is the worst head sculpt that Hot Toys has ever done. Like, and I'm like,
oh no,
okay, come on now. Like, this, we're getting a little bit crazy here. Like, even if you don't like it, that's reasonable, but like, that's a little overboard. Like, that's
everyone speaks in like hyperboles.
Well,
right.
To their credit, we're talking about, you brought up earlier Ant-Man or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Ant-Man's never going to be Anakin.
No, he's not.
Anakin is a fucking centerpiece figure all day.
He is.
Unless you're just an Ant-Man fan, no one really gives a shit. You know what I mean? So if you're going to drop the ball on a character, it cannot be Anakin. And by all means, I don't think they dropped the ball on this, but this is a very important figure to get correct.
Sure.
So I think any variation towards the negative is exponentially worse, right?
Because there's so much of a spotlight on it.
Yes. Exactly. And it's like, well, it's Anakin. It's Hayden Christensen's Anakin. Like, this is, one of the greatest characters ever to be on the big screen, and the cultural zeitgeist. I mean, people who don't even know what Star Wars is know who Anakin is, so like, I could kind of understand how it can get so heated, right? Because it's like, this character matters to a lot of people and matters exponentially so. So I think people need to, kind of sit back and be like, is it as bad as I think it is? Or is it, is it just because it's Anakin, or just because it's this character?
And I get what you're saying, though. It's true, though. The standards are raised because it's Anakin.
100%.
At least in the United States, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
In Asia, I don't think they care as much, but over here they do. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, because Star Wars isn't that big over there.
Star Wars, it's not that big.
From everything I'm told, Star Wars, like, they're all about Marvel and other stuff over there, but not Star Wars.
But yeah, I don't think it's as bad. I mean, I think it's fine. I mean, like, again, I wasn't like doing backflips when I saw it. Again, I was never gonna buy it, but yeah, I wasn't like, oh, this is bad. I was just like, well, the face looks like I said, the details are a little softer, right? Because you're gonna lose that in the mass production, line of things. Every time you make a sculpt, that those details dissipate with every copy you make, with the molds, they deteriorate. And the hair, I was like, it could use maybe, I don't know, 5 to 10% more volume kind of in the back area.
Yeah.
Which is negligible for me. I was like, I don't think it's their best foot forward, but it certainly is not their worst.
No, I think I still think it's pretty good, but again, everyone's going to differ on that. And I get the prototype was very good to a lot of people. And, I get that. I totally understand where people are coming from. So, I understand both sides. It's just, to me, like, sometimes I think we overreact to these things. I can guarantee you, I think for a virtual certainty, unless people are dug in that strongly that they're never going to see reason, that this is another figure, another example. And I've done this, so I'm willing to admit that we get in hand and the reviews start coming out and everyone says, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. Because I did it with Jack Sparrow Artisan. I almost canceled that figure because I saw the blogger photos and I was like, this doesn't look great. And then I got it in hand. It's incredible. Like, it's like, and again, like, you know, when Kiko would always say, and I love Kiko to death, he'd be like, it's not better. And DX15 is better. It's not. It's not even close. Like, I held them both in my hands. They're not even in the same stratosphere. Like, it's just, yeah. So that to me is like, again, it's so easy. We all have done it. It's so easy to react to blogger photos. It's like, it's, you know, it's super easy. I get it. But
I think illusion entries or illusion entities comment is pretty much sums it up. It's a good sculpt. 100%. It's just not the proto.
Yeah, 100%. I would say that. Yeah, 100%. Like, because I would say the prototype is better. But again, like,
it's so good.
And the one thing I will say though, this photo on the very bottom right here, that's the one that people keep cherry picking and like throwing that one. Like every photo that talks about how bad it is, every post rather, is that photo every time. And I'm like, the eyes aren't set right. Like it's like kind of like cross-eyed looking. So everyone keeps picking that photo out of the bunch and then running with it. And like that's what I said,
a good futz. Like you get the eyes looking right. You fucking puff up the hair. You know, like I said, like a good futz will make any figure look. It can make a bad figure look halfway decent. So if you start with more than halfway decent, get a good futz on it, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, this is fucking awesome.
Right. And again, I agree. I think the hair color, I mean, in the videos I saw, at least the one I saw, it does look a little bit lighter than what comes across in the photos. I think it is a little bit too dark. That I agree with that actually. And I do think there is a downgrade from Proto, which was really, really good, to the final product. I said about 10%, which I've always said though. I think that's within reason. Like I think that's about to be expected. So I think, again, if you're expecting prototype quality every time 100%, I just think you're setting yourself up for disappointment. I just think it's not like, you know, InArt has been able to achieve that, but even them sometimes, like think about the InArt Aragorn prototype. Like that
was
thing,
bad.
That's like the best head sculpt I've ever seen in my entire life. And the final figure is very good. Like that's pretty much what happened here. Like
when those photos started first kind of leaking, people were like, oh, this is bad. And like,
they did.
No,
but then in hand, that Aragorn's still great. It's just not the prototype.
Everyone loves it.
Like, it's just like, you know, and it's just, you know, same goes with a lot of InArt figures, honestly. I mean, a lot of them have like a slight downgrade. It's just like you're going from a prototype painted by a master painter to a mass produced product. Like, it's like you're going to get a slight small downgrade. Like, it's just how it is. So,
yeah, 100%. And again, if you don't like it, if it's not good enough, if the 15%, 10%, whatever grade that you want to assess on the downgrade is significant enough that you feel like it's not good enough, don't buy. You vote with your wallet. Don't buy
your wallet. Cancel.
No one is forcing you to buy this. And it's like, well, I love the character, I want representation. Then be okay with the downgrade. Be okay with it. And if you can't be okay with it, don't buy it. It's that simple. Guys, no one's forcing you to buy things. Okay? Get it? Like no one is forcing you to buy anything.
But and again, Jose, what I'm not trying to do at all is invalidate someone's opinion and say that they're wrong, because I don't believe that. Like if you, it's subjective. Like if you genuinely think this is an ass head sculpt, then you're well within your right to believe. Like I can't prove you wrong. Like it's art. Like that's what it is. Like I can't say it's good or bad. Like I just think it's really good. But I do think there's a lot of us do this, all of us. We have this overreactionary tendency. Humans in general do this. This extends far beyond collecting. And it's just, I think the panic, like I can almost guarantee you how this is going to go. Like I told you, once everyone gets it in hand, everyone's going to be like, okay, I overreacted, because I've done it many times over, and I'm trying to spare people. And I even got plenty of comments on my video. They were like, Will, stop telling people to cancel. I want theirs. Like I got so many comments of people saying that. So they were like, let them cancel.
Please cancel.
Like, tell
I'm
them
on the
cancel.
wait list. Cancel.
Yeah, exactly.
Please do so.
And if they do, I told people, I was like, look, if you get this in hand and hate it, return it to Sideshow or wherever you bought it from. Like I doubt that's going to happen, but to cancel it prematurely, I truly believe, I think you're going to regret that. Like, I just think you're going to get it. Like you're going to see people get theirs in hand and you're like, wow, you're going to see in Justin's video or Figure Hideout or whoever gets it first.
And then Figure Hideout's going to make this look fucking amazing.
Like it's going to look great. And then you're going to be like, fuck, I canceled it because I overreacted. And I'm trying to spare you that pain because we've all done it. So that's what I'm saying. Like you're well within your right. But
would you say that maybe Hot Toys should eliminate blogger photos altogether and just come out with like figure hideouts videos instead, or like
they
these
do
like
work
more
with him, so maybe.
yeah, like, so don't you think that maybe that would be better, or do you think that they're still useful for what they are?
I think they're useful still, at least to make a determination. Particularly this one, you had to have pre-ordered, because if you didn't, you're paying. But like you saw, Jose, people were paying $1,000 to Tim Cent to buy this. So
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So, but
And it sold out.
Yeah, it sold out immediately. Like people were paying $1,000 way back. So this is nothing new. And now they're like, well, I get a first batch and I'm paying $1,000. Like, great. But yeah, no, I think the blogger photos are still good. But what do you think, Dean? I think they're still helpful overall. They're another input into the system. So I like that.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good stepping off point. You know, like if we saw, I know it's not Hot Toys, but last week we were looking at was it Sosa Toys Soldier Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could overreact to.
That's a pretty, but like that shows, I think those initial photos show the quality of everything, right? Like the clothing, the usually they have doing some kind of stylized articulated pose, and it's like, oh well, let's just say it was a Spider-Man. It's like, well, it doesn't even get in the Spider-Man poses. Why would I want to add this to my collection if it's basically just a statue, Right. So I think blogger photos can help in those initial, like, this is not what I was expecting at all, and then you start seeing some collectors get them and then see a proper futz, and you still might be like, yeah, it's not really what I was thinking. But also at the same time, if you're waiting that long, you've probably already paid for it and it's shipped to you. You know what I mean? So it's tough. It's tough.
But look at that shot, dude. Like,
I think it looks pretty good.
It looks like, again, I get it, guys. But again, that same energy, like, we just have to understand. I think it depends how significant you perceive the drop off, right, Jose? So like you said, if you perceive this to be a 30% drop off, then I would get the reaction, because you'd be like, oh yeah, but to me, I just don't see it that way. I see about 10%, and I'm like, reasonable. Like, this is kind of what happens. This is like, if they don't lose any quality or perceived quality from proto to final, that's amazing. But it's just not generally the case. Even in art, it happens. So, I think it's normal. But this shot looks amazing. I can't wait to get mine, pleather or not. I'm happy to get it. So
yeah, that's unfortunate. They should have added that at least for his, like his outfit there. I mean. I know there's some customs that I know some people make, like real genuine leather that you can buy, but it's like, oh man, you already paid so much, and then you have to go and outsource some sort of leather outfit for him. So it's like, why can't they just have done it? Like,
I can tell you though, Jose and Dean, we'll move on after this, but I can tell you, like, this is going to be in everyone's figure of the year contender. Like, this is going to be on the list. I'm not saying it's going to be number one, but I think we are overreacting, a lot of us, to this, and I do think it's so I think that's kind of the thing, and we can kind of go from there. And yes, I saw the comment, Alex and Toy as an unboxing. We did pull that up, but I will show it again if people really want to see it. But yes, that's what it looks like in the unboxing. So you can see it there. There he is again, and I think it looks great.
Like, look at that, guys. Look at that.
But again, is it the prototype? Yes, it's not the prototype. I agree with you. No argument there. It's not. And I'm saying the hair color is slightly different as well, but the hair color still looks pretty close here to me in this video. So just maybe slightly darker, but so yeah. And you can put the Sith eyes in him, which is amazing. So
I know, that's so cool, man. That's so cool.
Super cool. So we'll see. But guys, let us know your thoughts. Hey, I'm glad the comments are coming in. We'll hit some of these super chats real quick while we have Anakin still up on the screen. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that are opinionated about this, and again, not trying to invalidate anyone's opinion. You're not wrong. I mean, again, it's art, so no one's right or wrong here. But we got a super chat from Sergeant Sal Collects $4.99. Thanks so much, bro. The only reason I can't afford it is because I owe the commie IRS money, dude. Isn't that the worst? Isn't that the worst? I actually got a decent tax return this year.
Taxation is theft.
Dean's not wrong. Dean's not wrong about that. Dean, you know what I am going to do though? I am going to take that entire tax return and put it in my account for those Prime 1 statues because I'm trying to be responsible, Jose, instead of spending more money because I'm already in the hole from those statues. And I want to have it paid off by the time it's ready to ship. So
yeah, I think the biggest things I got coming this year are all Final Fantasy VII Bring Arts figures.
Ooh, okay.
So I just paid for Kate Sith. I think he was like 125 or something.
Damn.
And then I got Sid coming. And then I think towards the end of the year into next year is all the Turks and Rufus.
Okay.
So it's like
you're gonna have a whole
$500,
lineup, dude. That's gonna be wild.
That's
gonna be wild. Well, we got a super chat. The famous Natalie G is in the chat, actually. So Natalie G, shout out to her $10 super chat. Thanks so much. Shout out to Ty as well. Releases are never as good as the prototype. Never. All the hate feels unjustified. It looks amazing and is the best Anakin to date. The inconsistencies are negligible. I think they are noticeable inconsistencies in terms of the skin texture on the prototype was better. The hair quality in terms of the color was a little more accurate. But that's about as far as it goes to me. But again, I think these are reasonable downgrades, kind of to be expected. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. Again, I understand people are paying a premium price and they expect a premium product. This is the premium product. Like this is what you get. Like this is this is by far.
I'll buy it.
I know Dean's a little bit different. Like this is by far the best licensed Anakin Skywalker on the market.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah. What's up?
Do you think if InArt was doing this Anakin and this is what they came out with, people would be as forgiving?
Probably not. I think they would be less forgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. In general, unless you have the diehard brand loyalists that would, on both sides that do this. So
that's true.
Yeah. But I would say in general, it's a great question, Dean. In general, no, I think people will be much harsher to them. Yeah. Because they don't have the track record that Hot Toys does. So, and people are very skeptical of InArt. So Clayton Stitt, thanks so much. Will, have you seen the Blitzway 1/4 Anakin? I have actually. You know what's crazy?
Yes.
I think this is better. Like I like that Blitzway Anakin. I think it's very good. I think it's not perfect either though. None of them are. But this one is, I think, closer in my estimation. But I do like that Blitzway, and I do think it's cool to have a statue that's posable. It's not even like a statue at that point, but it's pretty cool. It's like an articulated figure statue. But thanks so much, bro. Michael De Castillo, Hot Toys and InArt need to start figuring out magnetic eyes. I don't like potentially messing up the hair to get to the eyes in the back. It looked like this one, though, didn't have Jose the back plate. Like, I think it's under the head sculpt. Not from what I saw, but I have to check again. It looked like it was under, but maybe not. I don't know what, because it has the like the Spider-Man and Thrawn and Bane head sculpt, like with the like the clear acrylic little peg thing, like that's it has that. So I think the eyes might be adjustable without adjusting the hair. So we'll find out and see. But
that's annoying. So
if
it doesn't have that, then that'd be even better. But
the Heath Ledger Joker is a pain in the ass to change the eyes. So you don't want to do it much because you will mess up the hair. And that's why I didn't do it too much. But Anarchy Bronze, thanks so much. If it was readily available, no one would be bitching. Maybe not. Maybe not. I know that's a popular theory out there, but it is readily available for $1,000, but not for retail. SJC, thanks so much. Anakin's hair looks like golden armor, Wonder Woman 84 hair whack. Yeah, hey, dude, hey, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I don't agree. I think when I get this in hand, I think I'm going to be very happy with it. And I'm sure again, there's a lot of people that aren't, and no one's saying you're wrong, but it's art at the end of the day. But I just think it looks great. But hey, to each their own, man. That's what makes these conversations fun. Gavin's here as well. Thanks so much, Gavin. I think for me, the issue is the hair and the color. Face looks good, but if the hair was closer to the prototype, it wouldn't be as big of an issue. Maybe so. Maybe so.
Yeah.
Could be styling, Jose, when we get in hand. But, I would prefer, I think Hot Toys have probably loaded this guy up with products. So you're probably not going to be able to, a lot of the, what's it called? A lot of the InArt figures have so much product in them, they start to feel sculpted. Because it's just like a big like blob of rooted hair, like it's like just stuck.
It's like the Harry Potter. I felt
feels
like
sculpted.
You feel like you could barely even move it because it felt so like plastered on.
Yeah, and it's the same with Pennywise. Pennywise feels sculpted actually because it's just like a big rock of like rooted hair that's like so much product in it. So, but yeah, I mean, hey. Great conversation. We spent like 30 minutes on that one. So who knows if we'll get through most of our other topics, but we're going to do our best for you guys. But hey, let us know your thoughts. Keep the chat rolling. We'll see how things go. But let's talk about Deadpool real quick. So Deadpool
Ooh.
battling version just actually released. It was announced, and then we were told last week, Dean and Jose, that this was actually going to be a figure that was going to release very quickly, like the original Deadpool figure did. And we have confirmation of that. So we have a Deadpool battling version that has blogger photos now, and it's out there already. So question really being just our general thoughts on the figure, Dean, and do we trust figures released this quickly? Because there were, not most, but there were some collectors last time who got burned by Deadpool and his ankle pegs. And I actually had an issue with that. And I got mine from Sideshow and they replaced it. Thank God. Deadpool's right over there over my shoulder, looking great. And this Deadpool released very, very quickly. So, Dean, do we trust figures released this quickly? Are they more prone to QC issues in your estimation? Do you think people should feel, you can't even order it yet, but if you could order it, do you feel any sort of reservation about that at all? And you're muted, by the way, so you have to unmute. But there you go. I was trying to catch you before.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, right. Because last time the ankle pegs, remember?
Yeah, the ankle pegs. I want to say even the first Deadpool. Did that release with the movie? Maybe not.
It did, like right around the time of the movie. Yeah,
because it had the wrist peg issue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I want to say it was like episode 7, Force Awakens. All those figures released with the movie. It was kind of like I want to say it's the last time they did that because nobody bought those fucking things.
Yeah, that's true.
But I feel like it's both yes and no. Because we've definitely seen instances where a figure releases too soon and they have issues. But I also feel like we've seen some that release like a surprise and they're fine. Right. Like I think a few of those like clone troopers. Now we've also seen like the chocolate death trooper that wasn't black chrome at all. It was like brown.
Oh yeah, it was like gold. It was supposed to be gold chrome or black chrome. Sorry,
black chrome, and it was like chocolate.
It was like chocolate.
Like, what
yeah,
the hell
weird.
is this?
Yeah.
But then we saw like the silver one, and that turned out fine. So it's definitely hit or miss.
That's a cool shot. That's a cool shot.
Yeah, it looks good. Fuck, that looks like such a good figure.
That's a cool shot right there. Yeah. Even though it's all backwards, like you said, it's all like he should have this with the other. Yeah, but anyway.
But yeah, I mean, it's like the second time they've done this figure, right? So I feel like they should have all the kinks out. Just same base figure, just different, outfit. So I think I'd be pretty confident in ordering this and not worrying about anything.
It's probably going to have, Dean, the same ankle pegs. So any risk you incurred last time would also be incurred this time. Like,
but I feel like if they've learned from that and they've fixed that issue, which I haven't seen it since it was a thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably a safe bet.
Yeah. Cause I did get mine from Sideshow and mine had it. So, I mean, which was pretty wild, but yeah, I mean, hey, hopefully they fix it for this go round. You know, what's crazy, by the way, guys, this does have a set of interchangeable eyes, which they didn't advertise at all, which we didn't even realize.
Oh,
and I saw there was an unboxing of it, and it showed it does have eyes that you can interchange. So, which is pretty cool. It's like one set though. It's not like a whole pack like the original Deadpool, but yeah, I mean, but Jose, what do you think? I mean, I'm kind of tempted by this guy. I mean, I think I like my original a little bit more, but I kind of want to get it and compare them. But what are your thoughts on like a very quick turnaround with this one?
It's interesting. It makes you question why they don't do it more, right? I know. Well, I mean, this one has a head sculpt. For this one, the initial clean version, I figured, oh well, no head sculpt. I mean, they've done this before. It's easier for them to get it out and released right with the movie, right? So I figured, or right around the same time, right? So I figured that was the case. But this one, I think this is one of the fastest turnarounds we've had in a while, right? So for me, I'm like, and it actually looks really good. I mean, that head sculpt looks really, really good. Even this half mask head sculpt looks really good. Where I sit on it, I mean, I have this one, and I like Deadpool, but it's not my favorite character. So I'm like, do I need two versions? And like, that's what they're like going for. They want to get you. He's like, oh, you want those accessories? Buy this one, right?
Yep.
And so that's how they're trying to get you. I don't know if that like, because personally for me, I'm like, well, my Deadpool, even that's why I never even looked into like the third party head sculpts that they were offering. Right, there was a few of them out there that were selling the third party Ryan Reynolds, avocado head sculpts, and I never really even thought about buying them because personally for me, I'm like, well, Deadpool is always with his mask. Like, yeah, he takes it off here and there, right? But because we want to see Ryan Reynolds, but at the same time, like Deadpool is Deadpool with the mask in full costume. So it's like I'm not really ever gonna pose them that way. Now they're giving you the option now if you want to go ahead and have one with the mask and then one with the head sculpt, you absolutely can now, and you have one that's clean and one that's sturdy. The weathering looks really good on this. I was looking at those photos you're showing. Looks really good. These accessories don't make sense though with the
Yeah, they don't.
song scene. He's clean. He had just got that outfit from the TVA, right? That they gave him that brand new spanking outfit. So he's clean when he's using this. So it doesn't make sense. So again, it very feels like it's supposed to be some sort of synergy for you to buy both of them. But it's just like one of the arguments that I'm making. I'm like, with a few people, they're like, well, should I buy something? I'm like, well, it's going to take the spot of something else. So if you buy this, it's going to take the budget for something else and the spot for something else. And if you're limited with space, do you really want two Deadpools? So either decide, do you sell the clean version and buy this, or do you want two Deadpools? You know what I mean? So it's like you have to decide. I personally think I'm just going to stay with my clean. Looks really, really nice. And had I had the choice or known, maybe perhaps I would have gone for the weathered version because I could get the best of both worlds, mask and head sculpt. Right. But because I didn't know, I went for clean, and that's fine. I tend to like clean for the most part more over weathered anyways. So I'm okay with that decision, but I wish I had known.
Yeah, that makes sense for me though. But Hot Toys, very smart business decision for you not to know, because then you would have made the decision beforehand. But now you're like, well, I already got the clean one, so I have to buy the second one. So it's not exactly great for consumers, but it's not a consumer first approach, but it's a business first approach that is going to maximize profits for them, in the short term and the long term, really. But like for me, man, look, I'm never going to use the head sculpt. Like I'm, short of putting it on review and this and that, like I'm always going to use the Deadpool, mass version. But I think the real selling point to me is the Wolverine claws. Like that, I think is the accessory that everyone's going to want. People are going to go searching for those things. Like I think that, and Wolverine skeleton, I think that's going to be what people really go. So check out Toy Anxiety. I'm sure they'll have some, and I'm sure they're going to sell in 5 minutes. People are going to buy those immediately. And of course, if you can get the head sculpt from them, fantastic. But yeah. I'm with you, Jose. I prefer the clean one ultimately, but I don't think I need two Deadpools, but I might get it to review and compare and then see kind of how I feel about it. But I do prefer the clean. That's the more iconic look to me. But I do trust Hot Toys to get it right, considering it's like a quick release, but at the same time, they already released this figure kind of. It's just like a 2.0 kind of. It's like a remix of the original figure. That's probably a better term for it. But yeah. Still looks good, man. Half mask looks good. Mask version looks good. Head sculpt looks good. So I think people are going to be very happy with this one. And hopefully you can order it soon. Besides going through a Hong Kong reseller. But yeah.
I wonder how it's going to be though. Like, is it going to be like you add to cart and you could just buy it? Or like,
I don't think so. I think it'll be like last time. I think you're going to have to pre-order and you're going to have to wait like 3 to 6 months, depending upon where you got it from.
Okay.
Because they'll do batches of it. It is probably just a small initial batch of it to get it out there. So if you want to get it from like a reseller or something, you could, or if you want to get it from Comic Concepts or Sideshow or someone else like that, then you could totally do that also. So yeah, looks pretty good though. It's pretty good. So I'm still hopeful. Yeah, still hopeful. We did get some super chats real quick, so we're going to address those real fast, and then we'll get to our next topic. Gavin Beard, thanks so much, bro. $4.99. When was the last time you a figure released without a PO? This does happen for exclusive figures more often. Like, if it's like, say, like the Spider-Man Miles Morales, the Purple Rain suit, I still don't think that's gone up for PO yet, right? And the Fractal suit Iron Man. So stuff like that, more so exclusives that'll like release with blogger photos and overseas, but they haven't gone up on pre-order for Sideshow and stuff like that yet. So other than that, that's probably it. Like normal release ones. This is the last one I can remember. I don't really see that too much, but it's a great question, Gavin. Michael Gerard, $5 super chat. Thanks so much. For those who are upset, vote with your dollar and cancel your order. Then the rest of us can get the best Anakin ever.
Exactly.
I agree. Yeah. I actually agree. I mean, but hey, I agree insofar as if you are determined to cancel it because you hate what you're seeing. Like I don't want you to overreact and cancel and then regret it. And a lot of people I think are not going to cancel because they're smarter than that. And they'll say, I can sell it for more. So that's what I think is going to happen. Most people are probably not going to cancel, but maybe they don't want to deal with the hassle. Who knows? But I do hope people who want the Anakin get it. And I do hope people at least get it in hand and then make a determination for themselves. Check Sideshow Seconds for a while. You may get some returns for the Anakin and you may end up on seconds, just like the Joker did. That could happen. So yeah, guys, we're going to keep moving. Let's move on to our next topic here. And let's talk about the Darth Vader that we just got. We'll probably go through this one relatively quickly, but this is an exclusive Darth Vader. They are going to be selling it at Star Wars Celebration in Japan. And then they're also going to be selling some units outside of that as well, from my understanding. So we have a Darth Vader dueling effect version. And I think, look, none of us are surprised by this, right? Like this is, we all said, I think I predicted, I got some messages about this. I get a lot of stuff wrong. I get some stuff right. I was like, there's going to be like a purple or gold Darth Vader. And that's kind of what we got. So I wasn't too far off. And that's just kind of what these exclusives are. So Dean, I got to ask you, man, like, are we at all surprised by this? I mean, these are kind of the nature of exclusive figures these days, but what are your thoughts on this Vader here?
Oh boy. I did not know what this was until about 2 minutes ago.
Nice.
You brought it up at the top of the show and I was like, oh, a new Vader? Like, I'm excited.
Not anymore.
This is bad. It's
not great.
It's interesting. But like you said, it's if you're gonna do an exclusive, this is kind of something that makes sense.
It's cheap. Yeah.
It's cool. It's Darth Vader. Darth Vader's always going to be cool. It's not like a really important suit that you're like, oh, I have to have that. And the exclusiveness kind of makes it bittersweet, you know? Like if this was an all white Darth Vader, that would piss off a lot of people.
That would be wild, actually, though.
Yeah, it's like in the zeitgeist of Star Wars and Darth Vader, like an all white one is like very, like, I don't want to say sought after, but like, you know, people know what that is and they want it. So at least this is so inoffensive that it's like, that's fine. But I mean, you also want people to want to buy your stuff, you know? Right. And I don't know if this is it. I like it. It kind of gives the Obi-Wan show vibes where he's fighting Obi-Wan in the desert.
Yeah.
The sculpt, I was talking with Zach because he's the Vader expert.
Yeah.
This is probably more of like a Return of the Jedi helmet and chest box. If I remember correctly. So it's not even based off the Obi-Wan look, but I mean, he fights Luke, but Luke doesn't have a blue saber, right? He has a green one.
Yeah. The box
he had blue
cool.
in Empire. Empire, he had blue.
Yeah, Empire he had blue, right?
Yeah, but the sculpt is different on the Vader.
Yeah. I like the box, Dean. The box is kind of cool.
The box is cool. Like I said, it is cool. It's just like gimmicky and like
do I want to drop like
easy
$300 on it?
Yeah,
I mean,
and like so on the armor and his gloves and his boots and on his pants, you get the paint, right? Which I feel like that's not, don't touch it. But like nothing on the cape and his tunic, that looks weird, right? Like if you're blasting that kind of light on it and there's nothing on the cape and the bottom part of the tunic, looks a little odd. So I mean, they painted right there on the
is someone breaking into your house?
God, I hope not. I gotta check the cameras.
Dude, someone set off your alarm. That's wild.
Yeah, that might be my sister.
Oh, okay. Well, Kevin knows what's going down.
Yeah, he's upset. Anyway, they painted the tunic right here on the side by his chest box.
Yeah. Right.
So it's like, why don't you throw some on, down lower around his legs, or like I said, on the cape? It's just odd.
Yeah.
But again, I don't hate it. It's just like, okay, I guess.
It's kind of like the nature of exclusives these days.
Yeah.
But what do you think, Jose? Are you surprised at all by this Vader popping up?
No. Oh no. I mean, I've been collecting for so long that none of these exclusives or Neon Tech and Iron Mans and Vaders. None of these ever surprised me, to be honest. It's an interesting concept, I guess. I feel like this one is like specifically tailored to people that obviously love Vader, but also like they're really into photography and they're trying to capture that like essence of like the lights, like maybe they have some sort of display where they can change the color of the lights and so on and so forth. And that's kind of what they're looking to kind of attract those photographers that like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it kind of gives me that like pop art vibe, with like the shading, the cell shading all around the Vader. Interesting enough, but it's not something I would care. And I think it's perfect for an exclusive because certain people like Vader enough that they'll buy anything. So I think that's okay. I mean, the whole Galen conversation, that was a whole other thing because it's obviously a character that no one has.
Right.
So that opened up a whole other conversation. But this, it's like, it's an easy one that you can be like, oh, okay, like it's cool, but it's not for me. And you can easily be okay with it being an exclusive. And if you do like it, well, cool. You have an exclusive figure that not a lot of people are going to have. So I think that's the perfect happy medium for exclusives versus, again, the whole Galen thing was a little, difficult to swallow for a lot of collectors.
Not everyone was happy about that. And not everyone was happy about that. Dean, you're not getting robbed, right? Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah. So, but yeah, this Darth Vader, guys, we'll move on from this one. But look, if you want it, happy for you, man. Don't let anyone yuck your yum. If you love that Darth Vader, great. It's just not for most people, which is why it's exclusive, right? That's the whole deal. So, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense as an exclusive.
Right. If they made it a wide release, you'd be like, what the fuck are they doing? But it's like, it's like, what are they doing over there, Howard and all them? But we got a super chat from Smith Williams. Love that name, by the way, Smith Williams. That's very smooth. Thanks so much, bro. Generous super chat. What is the number one character that you guys are looking to add to your collection? Corvus Glaive. No, I did for
Corvus
that in my
Glaive.
video.
I mean, you've been wanting those for so long, though. I would
Black Order's up there, Jose.
Yeah.
Those they probably wouldn't make exclusive because they're like enough people would want they're not like going to be bestsellers, but they'll do okay to warrant some sales. But
yeah, I mean, they could easily do that and then maybe do like a limited unit run. You know what I mean? Maybe like 4,000. It was like, why not? Like,
right?
I think it would sell. Like, they don't have to do mass produce on characters like that.
Yeah, but I think it's a great question. So, what do you guys think? For me, it'd probably be Joel and Ellie, like Hot Toys or InArt or someone like that making Joel and Ellie, or Jin Sakai. Those would probably be my two, or Kratos, any one of those three. But what do you think? What do you think, Dean and Jose?
Specifically from Hot Toys, now that we've seen them do kind of off the wall characters like Revan,
yeah.
I would love an HK-47 to go with Revan.
That could be realistic, actually. That could realistically happen.
Because a droid, there's no likeness rights. You could reuse that mold. I think he shows up a few times. So that or like a base Star Killer.
Dude, really cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome too. What do you think, Jose? Do you have like one character that you... I know, Dean, Final Fantasy for us, but
man, there's so many. It's like hard to even like narrow it down to one. I just had one and like totally spaced out, and now I'm totally forgetting. The Last of Us is interesting. Would you want the video game versions or the TV show?
Yeah, I would want both, honestly, but I'd go video game first. But that would, and I saw the comment, by the way. Who commented? They said Lim Toys. Lim Toys is making them apparently, but they've not gone up for people.
Yeah.
Yet,
There it is. That's the one I thought about. So someone said Artisan Padme Amidala. So if they did Queen Amidala from the Phantom Menace, that's one. Natalie Portman's always been my celebrity crush. I've had her crush on her since I saw the Phantom Menace. Nice. So. For me, a Queen Amidala figure with her red, outfit would be amazing. But yeah, anything Natalie Portman, honestly, would have my interest. So
that'd be awesome. Well, Dean, Jin Sakai and 1/6 scale, VTS one, people like it. I get that, but if you made a licensed company like InArt or Hot Toys making that, I think that would be pretty remarkable. And Cloud, of course. But Mr. AJ Green Day, always love this username. Galen probably means they got his 007 likeness, which I've heard this theory floated around a lot, which would make a lot of sense. I think that would make a lot of sense to double dip and make, I forget his character's name in 007. It was Casino Royale he was in, right? That was the one he was in, from what I remember. Mads Mikkelsen, but I'm trying to remember his character name. But you guys will have to let me know. But that would make sense. Dude, the Bond license, people keep forgetting about that, but we're gonna get surprised by some Bond figures eventually. It's gonna be pretty cool. And don't forget about Squid Game, because they've announced only one figure, but there's probably gonna be more. Michael Gerard, thanks so much. My dream would be a 90s Alec Baldwin, the shadow with battle damage head sculpt. That's a deep cut right there, because I don't even know what that is. So
I do. That's a very deep cut. Yeah, 100%.
Well, shout out to Michael.
Another one, the one I thought about right away too, Harry and Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber.
Oh my god,
with the tuxedos. Oh, but come on, man. Why has no one done that? Why has no one done that?
That sounds like a third party off.
Sure, but why hasn't third party taken a risk on that? I think it would sell.
I think it would sell too. They've done crazier stuff than that. So
I've always wanted a Scott Pilgrim versus the World line.
Oh,
dude,
yes.
The movie.
That's a good movie.
Oh yeah,
dude, that movie's incredible. And you could have, Scott, Ramona, 7 Evil X's, like,
yeah,
it'd be an incredible line.
Talk about getting the whole line. The
Dude,
whole line of Evil X's.
I'd buy it.
100%.
I'd buy it.
That'd be pretty wild, actually. That'd be pretty wild. Well, there's not. Well, we'll talk about this piece of news first, but no, actually, I want to do this because this leads into our next topic. So JND is back. Okay, so this Joker, and Dean can never get away from the Heath Ledger Joker, no matter what he does. Like,
a fucking curse.
Every week there will be a discussion about the Joker. So the reason I'm bringing this up again is because J&D is preparing to ship the Kojin Works 1/6 scale Joker, which I have officially pre-ordered. I did tell people this. I got one. So I got Type A, Jose, with just the standard head sculpts. This does not apply to me at all. So if you bought Type B with the smiling head sculpt, 2 head sculpts, or Type C with 2 bodies and 2 head sculpts, then you get a smiling Heath Ledger version, which actually I'm starting to really, I always like this head sculpt, but I'm starting to really like it more now that I'm seeing it. They gave collectors the option. Kit posted this. Do you want short hair or long hair for this specific head sculpt? And they showcase the different, versions there. You can see in the top layer, the long hair, and then the bottom layer, the short hair, which the short hair is more accurate to what he looked like when he was smiling in the jail cell. So that's more accurate. But to me, I like the long hair look. I would go both head sculpts, long hair. But again, I got to ask the question, kind of similar to last week, but a little bit different, because J&D is really trying hard, I think, to make this right. Just because I got a lot of negative feedback from this one. Dean, is J&D redeemed with what they're doing here? Because they seem to have made a pretty good product, and they're really trying to make a consumer-friendly approach here. What are your thoughts?
Man, I almost feel like it's like a little too much too late. Like, you already burned so many people.
Yeah.
And I know almost everybody I know, which wasn't a lot, that pre-ordered the J&D canceled the pre-order already.
Yeah.
After that initial thing. So to come out with all this later, it almost feels like, damn, y'all called our bluff, and now we have to like show up. Whereas before it was like, the fucking pay pigs will buy it. We could churn out shit and they'll buy it. And people were like, no. And like, fuck, okay, fine.
Yeah, because they got mass cancellations.
Yeah. I think that's what we're seeing. In terms of redemption, I don't think so. In terms of like, are they doing better? Like, yeah, this is how you should have led it. This is how it should have been from the start.
Right.
I gotta be honest with you. I didn't know his hair length changed in the movie. I had no fucking idea. How is his hair changing length?
It's like styled differently throughout the film, Jose.
Okay.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I mean, it's being filmed throughout a series of weeks, months, right? So hair length is changing slightly. The look of the makeup is changing, sometimes from scene to scene. So it's like the even the color of the hair. Sometimes it looks a little bit more blonde. Sometimes it looks, and it's like it just goes from scene to scene. So it's not pristinely perfect every time. So that's why sometimes I feel like it's hard to be like, oh, we can capture the most accurate Joker, because he's kind of different in every scene. So.
Yeah, makes sense.
Personally, with this option, with the long and the hair, I agree 100% with Dean. He's right on the money. You lost a lot of collectors with what you were doing. A little too late for this. I mean, it's cool. okay, give me the option, but I don't know. It's just like I don't care at this point, you know.
That's
Who
very
cares?
valid, both of you guys on that one. I think I'm in the in the minority here on this one, where I'm just willing to give it another shot. But I'm kind of just also being the guinea pig too. I'm just kind of like a lot of people message me and were like, "We want you to review this one to take one for the team," and I'm going to do it. And I do actually genuinely think looks good, so I'm very excited about that to get it in hand. But to be honest, like I've been very clear about this, I don't really like J&D that much. Like I think they are, from what I've seen, very arrogant. I think they're very prideful. And I even saw a video recently with Daniel again, where he was on there and he was like, and again, they're talking about it like, well, like there are certain individuals that like talked about this product before it even released. And I'm like, it's so petty. Like, why do they keep doing that? They keep doubling down on that. Like, just take your win and say, okay, we're making things right. Like but it's like they have to like take a subtle jab at the community again. And it's like, or certain individuals, I don't even know who they're referencing, but it's like,
What about some accountability? How about say, hey, we didn't put our best foot forward,
right?
And we're making up for it now by doing this and recalling the previous units and you know what I mean? Like instead,
and that's
like
what they
they're just
did. And
so
then they're
arrogant.
like, but then Daniel gets on there and like he like backtracks, and it's like you're putting yourself back again. Like, don't do that. Like, just stop talking. Like, that's like, if you want to talk, fine, but it's just kind of like, say, like, just have some humility. That's kind of my thing. It's like the more they talk, the more they get themselves in trouble. And like and it's just like you recalled the product, it looks great, take the win, great. Like, and it's just when I see that stuff, I'm like, why do they keep doing this? Like, it's just like it's like they can't just like not have the last word. And it's just, yeah. So, but still, they're not fully redeemed yet. That would be my answer. And I'm glad you guys are kind of on the same page, but I am willing to give them another shot and see how this turns out. If it's ass, we'll find out. If not, fantastic. So
I will say the one thing I do appreciate about the J&D Joker,
yeah,
at least with the one where you get the smiling sculpt, at least it's a different fucking sculpt. Everybody's figure looks the same. Everyone has the same expression. It's like, dude, he's the Joker. He does like crazy faces and fucking licking his lips, and like, can we get an expressive face? And they at least did that. So
right.
I mean, you have to spend a crazy amount of money to get it, but far.
Yeah, it's true. Well, guys, let's move on to our next topic. We got some news here real quick. So the Hot Toys announcement just recently, they announced a life-size Grogu in a bag. So I'm going to pull up the photo here, which I'm
Grogu
actually
in a bag. Grogu in a bag.
It sounds like it
girl.
should be a song, honestly. But I'm going to pull up the photos. But
old Nicholas McGallis vine. It's pickle in a bag.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Wait, dude, I remember the Vine days. Those are some wild and tumultuous times. Dude.
Shout out Nicholas McGallis.
Shout out to him. Yeah, I don't think I watched him. I remember I didn't watch him, but I remember the Paul brothers got popular from Vine. Like, they were popular. That's how they got their
Oh
start.
yeah, dude. Fuck. That sucks.
Yeah, I know. It was unfortunate. But I'm surprised you with this one. I think I'm getting this. I kind of want this. Like, this is
wow. Okay.
Yeah, like I want to carry this guy in a bag, Jose. Like, I want to take this Grogu around. For one, people said, I got a couple messages about this. I put in my video the worst Hot Toys of all time. I put the life-size Grogu in there, and they were like, Hot Toys saw your video. And I was like, well, they would have already been working on it. They probably don't give a fuck about me. But basically, it's like, that original version, ear seams, splitting at the chin in a lot of people's cases. The eyes were having some issues. This one looks vastly superior from a prototype standpoint. Hair looks better, likeness looks better, no ear seams, just removing features that were unnecessary. And I think this looks, and you get a bag. So it is unfortunate that we're not getting the pram. That is unfortunate, because that would have been super cool.
Bro, that would have been fucking huge.
But it would have been cool as shit. Like, I don't know how they would have I guess you put it like on like an acrylic pole or something. That'd probably be the best way to do it. Because you can't float.
Acrylic pole?
You can't float the bitch.
You know how expensive that would be?
What do you mean? It's not that tall. It's like, just get a tall, just get a.
I think you're underestimating the price of acrylic.
Oh, maybe so. But
that size, like,
get a plastic pole, whatever it takes.
2 or 3 feet off the ground.
A plastic pole.
Yeah,
that's
like a
fine
PVC paint.
Yeah, I'll accept it. But I will say, I think this looks great. And again, I think for people who decided to pass on the original Hot Toys and maybe lost some love for the Sideshow one, this one might be a good option. And you get a bag. So, Dean, what are your thoughts? Is this version worth upgrading for at all?
This is pretty cute. I do like this. Like you said, this getting rid of the shit that didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge plus. The bag, pretty sweet, right? With the Din Djarin carrying him around. Almost every version of the Mando I have has the bag on, so I think that's a huge plus. Oh, okay. I was gonna say there was a picture you had up earlier, maybe the first one.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
look at that too. Wow.
Right, that's so cute. Where it was like it said the name of the product in front of the bag.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Right here, and I was like, "Is that design on the bag?"
Oh no. Yeah.
And I was like, "That would suck because it's not on the show." So it's nice that that's not on there. I like the little red and white squares, very Star Wars kind of. What the fuck does that even do? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
I like that. That's really cool. His little beats. I like his little beats.
But Dean,
I like that. This is cute.
Think what you could do in your display with this. Like you could easily put a hook on a wall, hang the bag on it, and put Grogu in the bag, like peeking out of the bag in your collection room.
Right.
Like you could do a lot of cool stuff with this. Like
yeah, and it was actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. You show the picture with the girl on her.
Yeah.
That was
the
cool.
guy too. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy. That I thought it might be a little undersized, but that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I like this a lot. I don't know how screen accurate that bag is, but
yeah, it needs some weathering probably. But
I just don't remember like straps and things on it. But
Big Rib
it's been a long time since
you can use the bag for Kevin.
Yeah, there you go.
You could actually. You could.
It's been a while since I've watched the show, so in my mind the bag didn't really look like this, but I mean it's a free bag, right?
I mean, yeah, you can also use it for school or work or whatever. Just take Grogu out of it. Just like it's a cool bag. So
yeah, it is a cool bag. Is it worth paying
$400? But
yeah,
it's probably going to be like $450 or something like that. But
how much was the original life size Grogu?
I think it was like, what was it, Jose? Like $350? I got to check. I think it was like
ballpark.
$375. Yeah. So, but something like that. But Jose, what do you think? Grogu and it was $410. So this one's probably going to be like $450, $475 would be my speculative guess. But what do you think, Jose? Is it worth upgrading for the bag?
Well, upgrading. Well, it looks really good. I don't know necessarily if you should upgrade if you already have a previous version. Like if you have a previous version and you like it and there's no defects like the ones we discussed, I say you just keep what you have. But if you don't have it or you do really want to upgrade because you think it's significantly better, I mean, I like it. It's really nice. I like the bag accessory. I'm a little spoiled though. I go to Disneyland a lot and I've seen the animatronic that Mando carries and he moves and like makes noises and stuff. So obviously this would not do that. It's just really expensive. So because like when when it comes to budgeting, like, do I really need one? Like I when the original came out, I think I just went and I bought like a $40 one from Walmart or whatever. And I have that and I have it there. And it's like, obviously it's not this quality, but it's decent enough that, people will walk in and be like, hey, look, it's Grogu. You know what I mean? So like people know what it is. So personally for me, I wouldn't spend 400 plus or so for this, even though it's a cool bag and a cool Grogu, but it's very nice to look at, and I'm jealous that if I did get this, I'd want to be carrying it around and going to Disneyland with it. So
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's see who said this.
What?
Mando Pool said the bag is the one with the scout troopers, not Mando's bag, and he's 100% right. There it is.
Oh wow, there you go.
Very cool.
Okay,
it is. So it's very accurate.
Yeah, there we go.
Even the little holes on the strap.
Yeah,
because when I was thinking about it, I was like, it was more of like a sack than like a tote.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the trooper's bag. So very cool.
And let's be real about what this is. This is absolutely an excuse to make a 2.0. This is what the bag is just, let's give it something new. Like they could have given it the pram and they were probably like, but the pram's expensive. Like,
yeah, but now you have like,
give them a bag.
1-to-1 scale collectors wanting this because it's like not only is it Grogu, but you get the accurate Imperial bag. I know that sounds insane, but Star Wars collectors are insane. So like that alone is really cool.
Yeah.
It just made me think about cosplayers, like people
Yeah.
Right?
that
Or like
cosplay a lot.
501st or something.
Yeah.
Because when I was at 501st, there were some Manders I used to troop with, and they typically use the Hot Toys one. They would get the Hot Toys original one, and they'll probably upgrade to this one, would be my guess. So
Mhm.
you will get, and again, there's a lot of people just think Grogu's cute as hell, and they're just kind of like, I mean, look at that pose there on the right. Like that's just like, that's gonna be cool, dude. That's gonna be cool in a display. So
I love the bag 10 times more now.
yeah, exactly. The bag is legit, dude. So the bag is the selling point.
I like
you don't even need
Mhm.
Grogu. You just need the figure. You need the bag.
Wouldn't it be cool though? You could buy the bag separately. Why not? You know what I mean?
Hot Toys
That'd
is
be
going to
cool.
tell you to go fuck yourself. They're going to be like, "Yep, they're like, you're buying this Grogu, dude. That's how you're getting this bag. There's only one way. They're going to put it behind that paywall. It's like the InArt Joker 2-pack, but not quite as bad. It's like, which honestly, that wasn't bad at the time. We were all just excited to get a Joker, so it was fine. But yeah, so it makes sense. But yeah, so I think it'll definitely be interesting. I'm super excited about it. But yeah, guys, let's keep moving on. We got some time left to get through some stuff here. So let's talk about another piece of news here, which I think we'll probably go through this one relatively quickly as well. But Dean's not going to love this. But InArt announced a 1/12 scale Dark Knight Rises Batman. My question being, are 1/6 scale collectors going to commit to something like this? I actually got a decent amount of people reaching out to me about this one. And I do have one. Apparently, it's being shipped to me somewhat soon. I had one that was supposed to be shipped to me with all the other batches that went out early, and it got caught up for QC or something, and now who knows when it's coming. I don't know, but I'm going to be reviewing it at some point. But Dean, what do you think? Are collectors going to commit to a smaller scale like this? Because this guy's like on kit like $90 for the deluxe version, and the standard like shipped, and the standard version is like $76 or something.
It's crazy how cheap this is
for how good the quality is.
Like, yeah, I watched a couple of reviews and I was like, damn, this. And again, I don't like these movies.
I'm surprised you're watching reviews for this.
I know.
Yeah, well, I like to be up to date, and I like what InArt's doing, and
yeah.
But it might not be for me, but it's like, well, if this figure is this good, when they do announce something I really want, it'll be that much easier for me to be like, okay, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about Wukong the other day. I don't like Wukong enough to spend the money on a 1/6 scale version, but they showed a 1/12 version. I was like, I would definitely buy it now
for like $80. Yeah, I mean,
dude,
$90.
Yeah, the guy I was watching was I wanted to shout him out. I'll get it here in a second. And he was like, let's talk price. I was like, oh yeah, like this is easily going to be like $150.
Look at that.
And it was like $69, before imports and shipping and stuff. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, how is this cheap? Because the face plates are so well done. The unsculpted or the unmasked sculpt was so well done. Their articulation is great. The build quality, the figure wasn't falling apart. It's got magnets in it, so you could like insert the cape properly. I mean, this thing is insane.
Yeah.
For the price. So, I mean, I don't know a lot of 1/6 scale collectors who are just 1/6 scale collectors.
Yeah.
So I think, yes, I think a lot of people are going to try and track this down. Because it's not even close. Like, there's no other 1/12 version of this character that's this good.
Imagine though, Dean, what's going to happen when they make this in 1/6. Like apparently they're making Dark Knight, not Dark Knight Rises in 1/6, but still, it's like whatever version of Christian Bale Batman they make, it's going to be hot, dude. It's going to be super cool.
Yeah, and you're talking, I want to say like it's like Mofex, I think, did this character, and Mofex is usually start around like 120, I think.
Yes.
I think Dean, I paid more for the Lim Toys 1/12 Joel and Ellie than this cost. Like I think they were more expensive. So just crazy.
This is wild. And it's got me really excited for their other 1/12 stuff because in terms of 6 scale, they haven't released anything that I've been like, I need to own that,
Yeah.
I'm just waiting because I like what they're putting down. Right, like objectively, I could look at all their releases and be like, "This is fantastic."
Yeah.
You know, the character or the movie is not for me, so I don't really want to spend the money on it, but it looks great. They deliver pretty much consistently quality stuff, right? You know, they have QC issues here or there like everybody else.
Yeah.
So bro, 112 line, they got the prices, you know, like what they're at now. I mean, yeah, we got to pay shipping and, you know, imports and stuff. So it'll be a little higher, but I mean,
Yeah.
$90 for this, or like, you know, like I said, $120 for a Mofex. It's not even close. It's this all day.
It's true. Jose, what are your thoughts on this one?
I think it looks fantastic. You're going through those images and I'm looking at them. It reminds me of the promotional shots that you saw of Bale in the suit when they did the photo shoot. So it's like, it's incredible. It doesn't look like your typical 112 scale, you know, figure. Like it actually looks like beautifully made, like real person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I'm looking at these images and I'm like, wow, like it doesn't feel like it's a 12 scale 1/12 scale figure. Like it feels like something completely different. I feel like it's like a game changer personally. So I think I'm really interested to see what they're doing. Now, I'm one of those that doesn't really try to divert too much from 1/6, but Dean is on the money though. There's a lot of collectors in the 1/6 community that also collect 1/12 scale. They just do it. It's just part of them. It's just like they continue to buy 1/12 scale and 1/6 scale. For various reasons. Some certain characters are not made in 1/6 scale or whatever, or just price wise, whatever. So this is awesome. And that price, it's like a bargain. It's like even makes me that I don't really collect 1/12 scale just for budget reasons, because I want to keep everything uniform. I want to keep 1/6 scale. Even me, I'm like, man, like, no, why not? Maybe on the desk and have him right there. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's like,
for $90.
It makes you,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Or $76 shipped for if you don't want the head sculpt. If you just want Batman and don't care about the Bruce Wayne, then $76.
Oh, you might as well. You might as well
for
get
$14.
everything.
I mean,
yeah, might
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, I watched. It was Nostalgia Unboxed. Shout him out. He's great.
Nice.
1/12 collecting channel. But yeah, kind of like what Jose Plus said. Like, there's characters like just off the top of my head, for example, the Bad Batch. I like the Bad Batch. I don't like them, you know, $1,200 plus for the whole line in 6 scale, but I like them, you know, $80, you know, in Black Series, right?
Sure.
So there's a lot of reasons why 6 scale collectors would still buy the 1/12 stuff.
Yeah.
I always tell Will to get like the Bring Art stuff from Final Fantasy 7. He's like, I don't collect those lines.
The only 1/12 I have, Dean, is Joel and Ellie from Lim Toys. That's it. And I'm going to get the clickers. I'm getting the clickers, but that's probably it. Yeah.
There you go.
But I mean, I know there's a lot of good 1/12 stuff out there. So for collectors who are looking to expand their collection, I mean, it's certainly something to consider. But yeah, it's going to be cool. I'm glad InArt is kind of offering some variety of offerings there, adding some diversity to what they're are
the Lim Toys branded or licensed?
No, unlicensed. Yeah, they're unlicensed 1/12, but they're about to make Joel and Ellie in 1/6 too.
Okay, because I think it's Lim Toys who does Resident Evil in that scale.
Maybe, I'm not sure. Lim Toys, I don't know if they've done a ton of 1/12 scale. They usually do. They did the Drake in 1/6, and they did Arthur Morgan.
Maybe the chat knows who's doing the Resident Evil stuff in 1/12 scale, but
yeah, maybe so.
Yeah,
I did see those.
If InArt jumps on like video game lines, dude.
I know Wukong's just the star, but apparently they just don't think video games are going to sell. So I mean, you know,
I remember.
So at that point, it's kind of like, I mean, but let's revisit kind of what we were discussing, guys. I got a topic here: the Artisan line. I'm seeing a lot of negative feedback because of this Anakin figure. And of course, we had the Joker with the balding issue. That's another whole concern altogether. And some people weren't happy with Jack Sparrow. So most people, I think, generally were. But is the Artisan line cooked? Has it been a disappointment so far? Because I'm not even including the imposter Joker here, which was technically a release, which the people who got it were generally happy with. But to me, I'm incredibly satisfied with what's happened so far. Like, I mean, the Jack Sparrow, I think, is amazing. The Joker is not balding for me yet. Knock on wood. I think that's an incredible figure. I think the Anakin looks great from the photos and videos I've seen. So I'm not disappointed at all. But a lot of people seem to be disappointed, and there does seem to be some loss of confidence in the Artisan line moving forward. So, Dean, what do you think? Has Hot Toys, with the big three so far, have they disappointed people with what the Artisan line has offered? What do you think?
I think the Joker for sure. Enough people that it made ripples in the entire community. We keep seeing almost every week somebody else with an issue with the Joker, which is disappointing. The Jack Sparrow has so far remained kind of perfect. And that released so fast from when they announced it.
Yeah.
And I think Anakin is still too early to say for sure, but it has pissed off a lot of people that it feels more like the line is cooked. Mm-hmm. I think once more people start getting this Anakin in hand, and hopefully it's more positive, I think it'll even out and people will be like, okay. But if this Anakin also turns out terrible, I don't know. That's gonna be a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah. Well, there is a comment in the chat from Illusion Entity, and I shout out to him. So this was something that was actually circulating, Dean, online. And Jose, I don't know if you saw this, but there's a theory out there that the later batches of the Artisan Jack Sparrow are having corrected hats that fit more snugly and fit appropriately to the head. Mine is that initial batch where it does not really fit very well. Like if you want to,
mine too.
If you want to plug something in, Jose, like blue tack or something to make it stick better, you can do that. But apparently the hats have been corrected. But there's no way for us to confirm this, really. This is one post on 1/6kit of someone theorizing this. So it's hard to really say what's actually happening, but it is something worth mentioning. Like, if that is the case, I would love to get a replacement hat. I'd rather them fix it than not. So it's kind of like if they can fix it, at least for the later batch people, then that would be fantastic. But, they should ideally get everyone a replacement hat if that's what they're doing, but they're not going to. So, regardless, I'd rather them fix it for at least some people. And then, but yeah, it sucks not being able to use the hat. I get it, Jose, but, the Artisan line to me is still promising. But what are your thoughts, Jose, on this?
I think saying cooked is strong because, again, I feel like there's been very minimal issues, but some concerns. I understand that specifically with the Joker, but I think most people more than not were satisfied with Jack Sparrow, other than that hat issue, which again is unfortunate. But I saw some custom people like on Facebook were making some for like $50. You could buy one.
I saw that. Yeah, they were making
they were
they were
even more accurate. Sculpted and more accurate to the movie than this one. So that was always an option, but it's always unfortunate that you have to outsource from other places. It's like, why can't they come correct the way, especially when you're paying artisan prices? It should become premium, right? And the best effort that they put out. And so I think from that perspective, it is slightly disappointing to collectors that they're not really pushing the needle and advancing and making it a premium line. So I think from that perspective, like we just talked about Anakin not having leather, right? Like that's one thing that they're not progressing. So I'm not understanding necessarily what is Artisan. Is it just the wool hair? Because it's not necessarily an upgrade on premium accessories or outfit or anything like that. So from that perspective, I can see people kind of turning on it because they're paying these high end prices and they're not necessarily getting that in terms of the value. So I totally get that from that perspective. But I don't think necessarily when it comes to the figures, I think you're still getting good figures, but maybe it's not the quality or it's not the premium level that you're expecting for that price tag.
Right. It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, because with the rooted hair and the overall price tags for these, it's not light at all, right? This Joker figure, we know it was like near $600 out the door when you get shipping and tax involved from Sideshow. It was like $520 plus shipping and tax. So it ended up being like $560, $570, something like that. So significant. And again, Anakin's what, like $425, $450. You're looking at $475. Jack Sparrow was what, over $500. So with shipping and tax. So these things are not cheap at all, but I feel content with the quality we've gotten thus far with the prices. Like but again, I'm not everyone. So if everyone feels a little bit differently about it, that's fine. Again, it's art, subjective, value is subjective, but to me, I feel like we're getting a pretty good value. I feel content with it, but everyone's going to be different in that way. And these three are the heavy hitters so far. Right. And I think they've been pretty bang on for the most part. I mean, not perfect, some slight downgrades here and there, but and the hat issue kind of is unfortunate, but you know, hey, I'm still very happy with my Jack Sparrow. I don't have the hat on him right now, and it still looks fantastic in my display. But I agree with you, Jose. It's an absolute travesty to have to go and buy a hat from someone else when Hot Toys you paid $500 for it and the hat doesn't even fucking fit. So I get that. I get that. That's a pain in the ass. So
yeah, I think 3 figures up, 3 figures down. InArt is probably doing better in that regard.
I think InArt's winning in the premium department. A little
bit. I think Hot Toys probably got a little overzealous and like, fuck, we gotta compete. It's like the DCEU versus MCU. It's like the MCU cooked, and the DCEU was like, fuck, we gotta catch up. And like instead of doing the proper releases, they crammed it all, and it just didn't work. And I feel like it's the same thing. Like Hot Toys is playing catch up instead of really focusing on making their figures worth the $500, as opposed to just charging $500 and making people feel like it's worth it.
Yeah, I think they wanted to get in on this premium market as soon as possible.
Yeah, because like I said, that Anakin, there's no reason that Anakin shouldn't have had real leather tabards, real leather boots, both the sabers be USB light up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's the kind of the same issue as the first release, right? One lightsaber always lit up, right? His blue one, and the Dooku saber never lit up. So it's like, what's the fucking point of this? And it's the same fucking thing in this release. It's like,
yes,
you could have easily made the Dooku saber a USB and you didn't. Like,
right.
Okay, so I'm paying for the fucking rooted hair and like that's it. Like,
right.
Yeah, they really need to get their shit together because
honestly, that's what it feels like. It just feels like, well, our artisan line means that you're getting wool hair, because it's like it's not premium in any way. Like you're not, and then even then, what is it really? Is it just exclusivity? Because then you go back to the Beetlejuice figure, right? That's wool hair,
right?
And that's not exclusive.
And the Terminator is real leather. So
yeah, so. Well, it's like, I don't understand. Is it just exclusivity? The fact that there's 3,000 units of that on Anakin. And so is that what Artisan is? Exclusivity? Is that it? Because it's not premium. You're not giving us leather. You're not giving us special accessories or anything different than any other mass-produced product that you can go on Sideshow and order right now, like that Beetlejuice. So I just don't understand it.
It's kind of just like DX with rooted hair. That's kind of what's that's kind of
and then now every figure has the movable eyes,
right? They all do.
Whereas before that was a DX only thing. So it's like, okay, like in some instances Hot Toys is moving the bar, and then in other instances like just pretending the bar isn't there at all.
Right. Yeah,
it's really fucking confusing. And it's like, I think the Artisan line really needs to dig deep and figure out its identity, because I feel like it is a little bit floundering right now.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, let's move on to another quick topic here before we wrap up. So exclusives. We talked about the Darth Vader, and we've had other exclusives recently with the the Galen Erso and other figures such as that. There have been, I think, 5 exclusives thus far in 2025. We're only a quarter into the year, so we still have plenty of time to go through these exclusives. But to me, like, kind of what I was noticing with this, and again, Galen Erso again is maybe the one that's debatable here, but most exclusives are just kind of repaints. They're repaints, like with a with the Iron Man armor, like the Darth Vader with the dueling version, or the Miles Morales Purple Rain suit. It's just kind of like repaint or a little niche type offering of an existing figure, and I think that's kind of what we have to accept. That's what exclusives are. Like, they're just going to be niche, random repaint figures that are cheap to produce, that they can convince people to FOMO buy, to make some money back, to recoup costs, to make other figures. The only thing that's exclusive that I think is kind of cool is Artisan. So, I mean, Galen Erso might be the one rare exception. They just maybe underestimated the demand. But what do you think, Dean? Are exclusive figures just kind of lame besides Artisan?
I don't want to call them lame, because we've seen some really cool ones, like the Chrome Troopers, right? There was like the gold Chrome Stormtrooper, the silver Chrome Stormtrooper. Then we saw them in the clone troopers as well, or like the porcelain trooper that looks like old like fine china, which is really cool. One of my Grail figures. So calling them lame, I don't think they're lame, but yeah, I think if you put an Artisan Anakin, and that was the only way to get Anakin, you'd piss off 90% of your collector base because you only made 3,000 of them. Everybody wants an Anakin in their collection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't put A-listers in a like A tier list characters in an exclusive and expect people to be okay with it. So yeah, I think accepting that they're not going to be, Darth Revans or Anakin Skywalkers, or I think that's to be expected, and that's okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Jose, where are you sitting at on this one? Because for me, like, if it's not Artisan, I don't find myself too interested in any of these exclusives myself. But what do you think?
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's usually very niche. These other exclusives, like we just mentioned, that Vader or that Purple Rain, Spider-Man. So yeah, I'm usually okay with those because I'm like I'm not gonna need it, and like it's good for my wallet. So I don't need it. So I'm okay with that, and it applies to certain specific niche uh, collector, so I think personally I'm okay with it. They are I to say lame, I mean, what's lame to me may not be lame to you.
Sure.
So if you like it and it works for you, that's awesome. But I like the fact that it's easy for me to, like, I see that and I'm like, okay, cool, not for me, move on. So it's like, from that perspective, I'm okay with it. With the Winter Soldier, again, that was Artisan, but it is exclusive in the sense that, because I know some questions in the chat was like, well, that doesn't make sense. Well, it was exclusive in the sense that it was limited. That there was how many units? 3,000
I
or
think
so?
3,000 worldwide, something like that. So
Yeah,
anything numbered with a set edition size is exclusive. Yeah.
So and that's where it's frustrating, because, and so I would say that part is lame because there should have been a sculpted version. Like, I don't understand. And same thing for Anakin. Why is there not a sculpted version that other collectors can buy? And you can still have the exclusive because people have the exclusive wool hair implantation version of those characters, which is exclusive to that number of that unit size, right? So
Yeah.
I don't understand why you can't do it. You're just pissing people off by doing it that way. So the Galen Urso, like you said, I think they kind of didn't really think it through. They didn't think there might have been that much interest. From what I've gauged, there is a lot of interest in this figure, but I think I don't want to speak too soon, because it's also possible that this is an exclusive for Celebration, but we may get another version of him that's more available to everyone else.
Right,
Maybe
like
in
a different outfit or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
So-
would make sense. Yeah. And I think that could be, and they could make another Jin or so as well. I mean, very
Oh,
clearly.
yeah.
I mean, it's Rogue One. It's a popular film. Hot Toys knows this. So I think it could be remade as well. But guys, thank you so much for your thoughts on that one. We are going to wrap it there, guys. Thank you so much for the chat. The chat has been popping off today. So thank you guys so much for engaging, providing your thoughts on the topics that we discussed here today, and all the figures and everything else under the sun for 1/6 scale collecting, and even 1/12 collecting, which we broached on today as well, which is pretty exciting. So thank you again to Dean and Jose Plus for joining me for this fine show. Dean, what's coming up on Collecting Weekly, man? Because I know you guys got some hot fire dropping over there.
Super hot fire.
Always, dude.
But I'm not a rapper. Sorry. I don't know if you know what that is. But
Well, I remember the Chappelle Show one. But I don't know if that's what you're referencing.
No, this is
Okay.
an old YouTube video.
Yeah, it was Dylon. Dylon, he spits hot fire, but I don't know if anyone will remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, tonight we got just another Friday night. They're talking I think the first few episodes of Daredevil, right? Daredevil's not over, right?
No,
No.
I think they've done
No.
6 episodes now. It's actually been really good. I've been watching on episode 5. It's really been good.
Yeah, so they'll be talking Daredevil tonight. I don't think we're doing anything this weekend. Monday will be some kind of unboxing. I don't know what it is. Tuesday got the main show. We're talking about news, stuff like today and 6 scale world and the things that matter the most to us this week. Wednesday will be After Dark, where we just shoot shit and hang out. Thursday will be Small Talk, I believe, where they talk 1/12 figure news. So should be a good week.
Some InArt
And then Friday I'll be back here.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. So it's going to be exciting. And yeah, I mean, lots of good news to talk about this week, which I'm pretty excited about. But Jose, dude, thanks so much for joining as well, man. Jose Plus, what's coming up on YouTube, Instagram? What you got going on over there?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for the invite. I really
Yeah,
appreciate it. I always have a lot of fun with you guys. So thank you so much for thinking of me and inviting me and letting me come hang out with you guys. It was awesome to talk all
Yeah,
these
man.
figures with you guys. With the channel, I actually just got to 100 subscribers, which is pretty cool. I know it's minimal, but it's pretty cool. 100 people.
That's awesome, man.
100 people care. So that's awesome. Like,
Awesome.
well, you know, so I got a couple of reviews there. I'm working on a few of them. I just did Supergirl, which I really like. Supergirl reviews it there if you want to check it out. Really nice figure, personally, I think. I have a couple more things coming, so a couple more reviews that I'm working on. And then the show I do with Marco, Más o Menos, or More or Less, is scheduled to come back next month. We're in March yet. So April, we'll do another episode. The main thing of a main attraction of that show is we have two collectors from the community go head to head in the best figure pitch of battle, basically. So they'll do two pitches. We hear them out. They do a PowerPoint presentation. We hear them out for 5 minutes. And then at the end, the chat decides, the community decides who is the best and which one you want to buy. So if you're interested, check out the show. We have 3 episodes available. They're on the 16fix YouTube channel. But if you like the show, we'll most likely move it to my channel later. But for now, we have on Marco's channel, those are the available 3 episodes, and episode 4 coming in April. So
dude, sounds like a good time, man. A unique show for sure. And Collecting Weekly, check out them as well. Jose Plus, check out him, guys. Boost that subscriber number 100, dude. That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. Congrats on that. I appreciate and keep it going, guys. Check out Jose Plus, check out Collecting Weekly. On this channel, I did an Anakin video. If you want to see my thoughts in isolation, you can see that. I posted it this morning at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. So that's up on the channel. I did one about the best Hot Toys figures that will never be made. It's all like graveyard figures, which is pretty cool. I filmed another video. I'm not going to release it yet, though, because I've posted too much for you guys. So there'll be another one out there shortly as well, probably sometime early next week. It's already up on the channel, just not live yet. And yeah, there'll be other reviews and stuff coming here shortly in the near future, and some other cool stuff. I'll be reviewing the InArt 1/12 Batman, which would be pretty fun. I haven't done too many 1/12. I think Lim Toy is the only 1/12 I've done. But yeah, check out the Anakin video. Check out the list of the graveyard figures. That was a fun one to do. And if there's any other topics you guys want to see, let me know. We can always work on that. And of course, check out Collecting Weekly. Check out Jose Plus. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good weekend. Be safe and be prosperous. And get that Grogu in a bag. Bye. Thank you for watching another episode of Lights Camera Collect. Please make sure to click the like button and subscribe to this channel. And of course, check out my amazing co-host channel, Kiko Collects, linked in the description below. Thank you so much and see you in the next one.